February. We are nearing the end of February. So I thought just before we zoom out of it, which if you ask me, where did February go? I thought we'd just share a bit. February is Library Lovers Month. Libraries equals books. It is also Romance Month. And that is all about communication, relationships. So welcome to Empowered Mums TV. I'm Trish Springsteen, your guest expert. And I thought this evening we might just spend a little bit talking about books, which is one of my favorites, Library Lovers Month, and communication, mindset, relationship building. Let's deal with the Romance Month, a part of it. So I've got 3 questions I'd like you to think about. Do you love yourself? Think about it. It's not that easy question to answer. How often do you say, I love you? How's your communication? And I don't mean, I love that biscuit. I love that movie. Trips off the tongue very easy. And what do you love doing? Do you share it? Do you speak about it? Okay, let's go back to, do you love yourself? Why do I think that's extremely important? Well, it really is the foundation of what you do. It's a real hard question to answer, because when I ask that of some of my mentoring clients, people I work with, I say, do you love yourself? It sort of brings them up short, because the easy answer is, oh, of course I do. Then I say, really? Do you know yourself? Do you believe in who you are? How is your self-belief? Because you need to answer all of those before you can truly say, I love myself. Because I'm talking about loving who you are here, deep down, loving what you do, who you are, warts and all your strengths, all your weaknesses. Why am I so passionate about that? About self-belief, believing in yourself, because that's all part of loving yourself. You can't love yourself unless you know who you are. And when you know who you are, you end up believing wholeheartedly in who you are. And that is extremely empowering. It really is. When you can confidently say, I know who I am, I believe in myself, and I love who I am, warts and all, then you are rock solid in your foundation. And you can build anything on that, because you've got a solid foundation to build on. It gives you confidence, and it's extremely empowering and helping you to deal with what happens, to deal with your business, to deal with what happens in your life. It's empowering to be able to go out there and talk about your business, empowering to go out there and speak about who you are and shine that light. So when someone asks you, like I'm doing, I'm challenging you, do you love yourself? Don't give that quick, easy answer, yes, I do. Stop. Think about it, because that involves self-belief, knowing yourself, knowing your strengths, knowing your weaknesses. It's not an easy thing to do, but when you can say, yes, I love myself, warts and all, it's very powerful, it's very empowering, and it gives you the confidence to go and share what you're doing with anybody else. So then, the second question, how often do you say, I love you? How's your communication? And I mean, doesn't have to be to your partner. I'm talking about relationships, but not just I love you to your partner, but I love you to a friend. I love you to your child. I love you to people who know who you are and work with you. How often do you say that? Wow. Again, it's very easy to say, I love that biscuit. I love that movie. I love the sea. I love the sky. I love when the sun comes up. Love is a so often used word, just rolls off the tongue. But how meaningful is it? How many of you have got relationships? How often do you say, I love you to your partner? Not easy sometimes, because when you say, I love you, you are opening yourself to vulnerability. And that is a scary thing today, opening yourself up to vulnerability. It is so scary. Think about it. It comes down to your communication. It comes down to building relationships. Are you confident in who you are? Remember, I love yourself. And are you, when you're confident in that, are you confident in your communication to be able to go and say to a friend, I love you. I love what you're doing. Say to a client, I love you. I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing in your business. I love how you're standing up there. To your partner, I love you. How often do you say that? To your children, I love you. Those are 3 powerful words. I love you. And they're so rarely used. They're rarely used with meaningful communication, with thought. They're very quickly throwaway words in our world. But when you actually say them to people and you mean them. I have a friend, I've known her 55 years. That's a long time. That's longer than what I've been married. We have no problems in saying to each other, I love you. I know my friend. We've been together and known each other from the time we were in school. We live in different cities. We don't always talk to each other. But I have no problems and she has no problems in saying, I love you. There are all sorts of different love. There's romantic love. There's friendship love. There's the love of a parent for a child. So many ways and means of showcasing your love. So there's my second challenge to you. How often do you say I love you and mean it to the people around you? Not just a throwaway word. Build your relationships. Relationships are built of like, knowing, trust. All relationships, not just your business, but your personal relationships. I say I love you to my husband every day. Didn't always do that. Might have been every second or third day. But we've been through some real stressful times. And out of that is a real belief in ourselves and belief in our relationship. So I say I love you every day and I mean it. Third type of love I want to challenge you with. What do you love doing? Now that's a little bit easier for some people. For others, they're not too sure about what they love doing. Not too sure at all. If you're in business, or if you're working for a company or an organization, do you love what you're doing? Now, if you're in business, it's probably an easier to answer because you would not have started your business unless you loved what you did, unless you loved the product you had, loved the message you had, loved what you were doing, your expertise. You've written that book and you love what you wrote in that book, because you would not have written that book unless you loved what you had. You loved what you're doing about writing. So if we love what we're doing in our business, if we love what we're doing in our career, if we love our products, our message, our workshops, what we do and help people with, love the book that we wrote and the message we have, then why the heck do we hold back from sharing that love, from sharing what we love doing and talking about it, sharing it and standing up and speaking about it? I see it so many times. People love what they do in their business. They put a whole lot of time and effort in it. And then they step back and hold back from shouting it out to the world. Wow, look at this. This is my business. This is what I love doing. This is what I love being able to do, to help and share and change people's lives. But I'm not telling you about it because something's holding me back. Fear, lack of communication, lack of skills, lack of belief in myself. It's holding me back. And this is my third challenge to you. If you love what you're doing, and if you don't, go and find something you love and go out and do it. Because If you don't love what you're doing, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be successful. You're not going to be true to yourself. So love what you're doing. Find what you love and love what you're doing and share it. Get out there and share it. And let people know. Speak about it. Don't make it hard for people to find you. Step up and speak about it. Have the courage, 60 seconds of insane courage to say no to those negative voices that say, don't let anybody know. If you let people know what you love, what you're doing, it'll become vulnerable. Say no to that. 60 seconds of insane courage. 20 seconds next. 20 seconds to say no. 20 seconds to say, yes, I love what I'm doing and I want people to know about it. I'm not selfish. I'm not hiding. I want people to know about it. And then 20 seconds to take that deep breath and speak about it. Smile, speak, share about it. Put it out there. Let people know that you love what you're doing, because when you love what you're doing, it shows. It becomes authentic, and people will want to work with those people who love what they're doing. So just before I wrap up, remember I said Library Lovers Month. February is Library Lovers Month, and that's books. So what books have influenced you? Books are powerful, absolutely powerful. You can escape the world in books. Go to another world, go to another time. Escape and recharge. That's what I do with my books. That's why I read a lot. For me, books are where I go and recharge. I can take a deep breath, put away the stresses, all that's happening, go back, read a few pages, read a few chapters of my book, get into a different world, a different country, a different time, a different planet. I can be somewhere different. And then I can get my energy back. Excuse me. And come back and share my message again. So that's what books are for me. You can learn so much from books. Wow, they're powerful. And books influence you. I know when I ask many people, what books have influenced you? Dale Carnegie's books, Making Friends. What other books? Oh, there's so heaps that come out. There's so many people. For me, one of the books that influenced me is from Sir Richard Branson, a leadership book. It had some really great stuff in it about leadership and communication. I've got a great leadership book about Abraham Lincoln, leadership lessons from Abraham Lincoln. Awesome, awesome book. Influences me. So let's take that next step then. Are you ready to leave a legacy? Are you ready to leave a legacy, say, from your personal life, your family life, your experiences, your expertise, your business? Are you ready to step up and leave a legacy? Your book becomes your legacy. Are you ready to step up and share that message in your book? Because now is the time. Now is the time to do that. You might have a business and wow, you've probably got new ideas. You might even have absolutely decided and have a new concept that you have invented, a new process, a new strategy that is helping so many people. Are you ready to share that strategy and leave that legacy of that strategy? Because if you don't write it down, if you don't share it, don't put it in your book, one day, all your expertise in that won't be here. And those people who need to hear it are not going to hear it anymore. That's what to me is leaving a legacy. It's what to me is about writing your book. It's leaving your footprints. We'll all leave footprints on this earth. So why don't we write down and leave those footprints as a legacy in a book? Because books don't get thrown away. They'll go onto shelves. Some books might get read cover to cover many times. Some may be skimmed for little bits of knowledge and nuggets out of it. They may stay with you. They may get passed to a client, to a friend, to a family member, shared with someone that you've just met. They may end up in a secondhand bookstore. Wow, think about that, people. 15 years down the track, 10 years down the track, someone goes to a secondhand bookstore and buys one of my books. Someone who I would never have thought I would be able to reach. But my book is sitting there waiting and ready for someone to take it and learn the nuggets and I could be gone. It could be many years. But my words and my legacy, my footprints have stayed on because I put them into a book. So there's the two things, my challenges for you around books and Library Lovers Month. What books have influenced you? Are you using your books? How have they impacted on you? And are you ready to step up and write your book and leave a legacy? Whether it's a memoir, whether it's a business expertise, it's poetry, it's children's books, it's an inspirational book, it's your family stories, whatever it is, now is the time to take action. This month is Library Lovers Month, which is all about books from my perspective, and it's Romance Month. You've still got a few days left. Just a few days. You've still got time this week. Put down some goals. Take action. Learn to love yourself. Ask those hard questions. Challenge yourself to say I love you to people. Use your communication. Build those relationships. Think about those 3 words. How meaningful are those 3 words? I love you. And what do you love doing? If you love doing what you're doing, stand up and share it and speak about it. If you don't like what you're doing, then find somewhere where you do. Because staying somewhere and doing things you don't like doing can be soul destroying. Look after yourself and take that care. I'm Trish Springsteen, Australia's leading expert in empowering introverts. I'm a creative business consultant, multi-international award-winning mentor, which I love doing. I am all about you being visible, showcasing your business to be visible, making it easy for your clients to find you. I'm all about helping you to have the confidence and self-belief to make speaking easy and connect with those clients. Most specifically, I'm here every Monday evening, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on Empowered Mums TV as your guest expert, sharing my thoughts, experiences, and expertise. I love what I'm doing, and I have no problem standing up and talking about it. I love who I am. I have absolutely no problems acknowledging who I am, what I'm good at, what I need to work on. I'm very confident within myself. And I have no problems telling the people I care about I love them. There's your challenge for this week. You've got time. Make those goals, set those goals, and sit back. Share your legacy in a book. And look at those 3 challenges about those 3 words. I love you. Very powerful words. Until next time, be awesome. Bye.